Hi everybody, it's Wednesday, December 23rd, 2009. Thanks for stopping by. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about a video that I've been looking at called What If Mickey Mouse Was a Muslim? And it's a pretty interesting video in a lot of different ways, but the basic thrust of the video is that Muslims are evil, and if Mickey Mouse was a Muslim, apparently that would be a bad thing. That's what is kind of implied by the title. Okay, and when you watch the video, it's a television show, and it appears to be produced by Hamas, although I'm not really sure. It appears that way, and it shows an 8-year-old girl, or around 8. I'm not sure what her age is, but it's a little girl. And she's talking to a Mickey Mouse-like figure. He's dressed up as Mickey Mouse, and he's saying these things that are sort of militaristic. And he says basically that the Arab culture was great and that it will be great again. He says that Islam is going to take over the world. He says that we're going to win, that we're going to resist. Fight back, all these things. Okay, so and that message is not necessarily a good message. Okay, saying that that we're going to take over the world, I can agree that's sort of offensive. But is the entire message really that bad? Okay, and the thing that I want to emphasize here, okay, is that I don't support Hamas. I'm not like a fan of Hamas. But on the other hand, I don't believe that they are the sum total of evil either. I have real disagreements over their philosophy, their politics. But I can't sit here and pretend to you that Hamas is the only thing that's wrong with the world, or that they are the cause of all the problems, okay? Because they're not. The plain fact of the matter is that Hamas does not represent a real way forward for Palestinians. They represent sort of a shift from one sort of bad situation to another. Namely that, if they do not moderate their positions more than they have, and they have moderated their positions, but if they don't continue to moderate, if they don't continue to evolve in a constructive manner, they could, end up representing a theocratic sort of government, a sort of tyrannical theocracy. Okay, and that would not be good for Palestinians. That's not what Palestinians have historically wanted. They have always been secular-minded. They, believe it or not, they've always been secular-minded. They've always resisted on a secular basis, and they want democracy. They don't really want theocracy. Okay, but on the other hand, Hamas is not the handmaiden of the Israeli occupation. That's what they've got going for them. Hamas is actually honest as far as their politics. They are not corrupted. They're not rich. They're not sending their children to the West, to Oxford University or to Yale, like these members of Fatah are, who are sending their children to the West, who drive Mercedes-Benzes, who are totally sold out, who are enforcing the occupation for Israel, and nothing more. Okay, that's what they're doing. That's what their function is. They're paid by the U.S. and by Israel. They work for the U.S. and for Israel, but Hamas does not. Okay, and that's what that's the reason why the people have turned to Hamas. It's not so much that they really think Hamas is what's good for them. It's basically that they know they don't have any other real choice. They're desperate. Nothing has been working for them. Okay, and they're getting more desperate. Okay, and they know they don't have any other choice. So they turn to Hamas, and now what does Hamas do? They make these television shows, and they're basically telling people to resist. They're telling people we're great. We're the people that are going to win, not them. That's their message. They're not saying kill all the Jews. They're not saying exterminate non-believers. That's not their message, okay? But people like to pretend that that's what they're saying. They, as soon as they realize that it's a Palestinian video, they don't even have to watch the video, it seems to me. They already know that it's the most disgusting, hateful, thing on earth, and they come there to just condemn it and criticize it and talk about how horrible these people are and how they all ought to be exterminated, So we show up at a video, or us Westerners, us good white people, we show up at these videos where people are saying, not to kill, but to resist, defend yourself. And then we accuse them of talking about exterminating people, and then we talk about exterminating them. And we talk about how the little girl is a whore. Okay? That's what we've been doing. That's what kind of people we are. We're talking about little 8-year-old girls that way. Because supposedly they're saying things that they didn't even say. And how do we know that they said these things? Because of their race. Because they're Palestinians, they're no good, they're brown, okay? That means that they are advocating genocide, and that means we need to actually exterminate them. Okay, they said they were going to do it in our minds, so that means we have to actually do it. I mean, that's how fucked up we are, okay? That's how screwed up our thinking is. If you go to that video and see all these people just, it is the dizzying heights of mendacity and hypocrisy. For people who have they've cheered and clapped and waved their fists as Palestinian children were imprisoned, humiliated, and slaughtered in the streets in their own country. We cheered that. And then, we show up at a video showing Hamas talking about resisting, and we just totally condemn them for that, and totally just take the moral high ground and just spew forth our disgust for all of these people on the basis that they told children a militaristic message, as if we did not grow up hearing militaristic messages. We condemn them for talking about martyrs as if we don't have Veterans Day. And it doesn't, we don't even think about ourselves, okay? We never even think about the fact that, those very same children who are being preached to by Hamas, who, by the way, are Palestinian, we don't even think about the fact that those children are shot in the head. That doesn't matter. You shoot them in the head while they're sitting in a classroom, run over them with a tank, let them be eaten by dogs. That's perfectly fine, but don't preach to them about war. Okay, don't preach to them about self-defense. That's wrong. Okay, because you're doing it. That's what makes it wrong. Okay, so, the sheer mendacity, the Hamas, whether we agree with them or we disagree with them, they did not start this conflict. And Hamas, no matter how wrong they might be about some things, they're Palestinians. And we're not. We don't give a fuck about those children. We don't care. We don't care how they're killed, let alone that they're killed. We don't even count how many children are slaughtered. And yet we are going to lecture the Palestinians about what they should teach their children as we slaughter their children? I'm not a supporter of Hamas, okay? I can't say that enough times because I don't think that their positions are right. But I am much less a supporter of the people who condemn Hamas. I am much less a supporter of the West. Because we are in the wrong and we have no right to condemn them. It's like a mass murderer condemning a little old lady because she cursed in church. You're going to shoot children and then you're going to criticize Hamas for putting on a Mickey Mouse outfit and saying to resist? No way. Thanks for watching.